Today's life cycle is the life cycle of a frog. The life cycle of the frog begins with, can you guess? The egg. Frogs lay their eggs in the water or very wet places. They lay them in clumps. The clumps of eggs are called frog spawn. Have we heard the word spawn before? Yes, with the salmon. The female lay up to about 3,000 eggs at a time. The first cycle is called the spawn stage. Frogs spawn in the spring every year. Here is a frog laying her spawn. Take a closer look at the eggs. Remind you of anything? The salmon. Why do you think frogs lay so many eggs? Pause the video and write down your thoughts on a piece of paper. Now let's check your thoughts. Why do you think frogs lay so many eggs? Frogs do not take care of their young. Frogs have many predators: birds, fish, beetles, dragonflies. Some eggs just dry up before hatching. Stage 2, the tadpole stage. When I was a little girl, I loved to go to the creeks and lakes and in the springtime and collect tadpoles. And then I would take them home and I'd put them in a jar and I'd watch them grow into the next stage. It happens about 2 weeks after the spawning. The tadpoles develop a head and a tail. Once the gills have developed, it eats away at the jelly and begins to hatch. They can eat, swim, and grow. Watch these tadpoles. Stage 3, the froglet stage. During this stage, the tadpole goes through a metamorphosis or change. As the froglet continues to grow, the froglet grows back legs first. Then the lungs begin to develop. The eyes and mouth grow larger as the tail begins shrinking. Observe the front legs developing. The final stage, the frog stage. Finally, the front legs grow in and the tail disappears completely. The lungs are fully developed. The frog can now leap and live on land. Watch this tree frog. There was no sound on that video, by the way. Then the cycle begins again. The female frog will lay eggs in the spring, starting the cycle all over again. Now you are going to complete the stages of the frog by putting the pictures in order.